hit 250,000 subscribers. It does me a massive favour, and it shows EA that actually some people care about pro clubs. We're not just all Ultimate Team Pack merchants, okay? Help us out, hit that red button. Now, this is actually a very different FIFA to 22, 21. The main reason behind that is the gameplay down to the lengthy builds. Like, you guys would have known if you've seen my channel by now, the builds, lengthy. If you play Ultimate Team, you'll definitely know that if you go to a certain height, you can have this unbelievable pace, and actually for the first time in a while, you can play as a tall striker. This has changed a lot about attacking and probably a lot about defending as well. I know that the defenders are rapid. I've seen the Ultimate Team clips. I know on pro clubs myself, sometimes you're running in, and unless you do have that lengthy build, an 80 rated CPU defender can just catch you, and that's a gameplay switch that has changed pro clubs a lot. So let's get into our 5 big tips, but as I said, there's loads more. Like, we're going to go into a lot of detail on how to get you guys better at pro clubs. For reference, we've gone 300 wins, 0 losses on pro clubs before, so we know what we're talking about here, and we're going to start off with the very simple formations. We have always played the same formation, and that hasn't switched on FIFA 23. Now, I'm talking about playing pro clubs in divisions with a handful of friends in this video. I'm not talking about 11v11 because realistically that's a whole different style of pro clubs. This is like for you guys who mainly play 3 to 4 to 5 teammates. So I would always recommend to use a 5-2-1-2 formation if you want to be a little bit more defensive, or the 4-1-2-1-2 formation in a narrow setup. You can do custom tactics to leave the fullbacks back or anything on that, but do you know what, this FIFA we haven't been doing custom tactics as much as in the past because the CPU defenders are pretty crazy. I'll go into more detail on how to do defending and attacking in points 3 and 4 of this video. The second big point is going to be builds. My channel is full of them, and I know that you guys might be looking at it and going, God, he's uploading a lot of builds. It's because I'm finding my feet and I'm trying to give you guys the best setup to succeed on pro clubs. Lengthy is obviously that. You can play 6'4", you can play 6'2". There's 2 different build setups. You can even go max height, and you just make sure you have that 14 extra strength than your agility. In the past, on other FIFAs I've played and recommended to play in small builds like 5'6", 5'5", and just be rapid and be quicker than the defenders, be nippy and agile, and now lengthy has changed everything. You guys let me know in the comment section if you're enjoying it or not. It's kind of mixed, so I'm interested to see. I am interested to see like the division between you guys' opinion on the lengthy setup. Build videos are linked in the description of this video, or if you click on my channel, you'll see loads of them. The best striker, the best cam, the best centre back, the best CDM, all obviously taking into account this new gameplay development. My third point for you guys, if you are defending, okay, so this is the defensive players, if you're an any, if you're whatever, you need to be aggressive, because unless they have the lengthy build, you can catch up to anybody. So if you fly in like Cancelo did last night against Salah and miss the ball, on this FIFA, if you're Cancelo in that situation, or Ruben Diaz, you can catch Salah. Like, you will catch the striker. Lengthy might change that, but I'm saying if they're not, be really aggressive. If they are playing in the lengthy, watch out for crosses. Ridiculous. All crossing, in fact, seems to be kind of overpowered. I don't know if EA are going to work on trying to fix that, but it's very effective. It could be a mix of changing in the gameplay so that they make crossing good, and also now everybody's tall, right? Like, most strikers are using the lengthy setup. They're 6'2", 6'4", even 6'7", some of them. So they're crossing the ball in, and it's, for us, stinging us. We're conceding quite a lot of goals. So try to block the crosses. If they're using the lengthy build, you've got to watch out for balls over the top, because they will get through on goal and you'll have to drop off if they're doing that. You just have to watch in the first 10-15 minutes how the other team's playing and try and register, okay, if they're going for crosses all the time, we need to stop the cross. If they're going for lengthy balls and over the top L1 triangles or through balls into the striker, well, we have to sit back a bit. If they don't have a lengthy striker, I think you can just be as aggressive as you want, really press, and don't worry about missing the tackle, because you probably will catch the striker if he's even running through, if it doesn't have the right giant build on. Basically. Attacking wise, obviously we spoke in point 2 about the builds. Get yourself set up in the most overpowered build. It's annoying, but it's just going to give you the best chance to succeed, so why wouldn't you? I mean, it's just idiotic to not put that build on. But you can do certain skill moves that will work, that we'll touch on later. They're not amazing, but they're okay. If you're going in behind with the lengthy build, just hold R2 or right bumper. It's really not a hard game, just run in a straight line and then click shoot. Time finishing, I still feel like it's essential to get practicing. You actually now level on pro clubs in the arena, at least at caps every week. So you can go in there and practice the shooting drill on your own when your mates aren't on. Waiting for them to come on. You don't have to sit in there all day. You can if you want, it's your choice. But you can practice your time finishing, so you really have no excuse when you're running in on goal. My viewpoint on time finishing is, yes, okay, sometimes the ball's going in either way, but if you time every shot, you can't be angry if like your striker misses, right? If he's running through on goal and he green times it and their keeper saves it, well, I mean, he's done literally everything he can. If he just shoots and their keeper saves it, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh, he could have timed it. If he timed it green, would it have given a better chance to go in? So I'd get practicing that whilst leveling. You can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You get a fair amount of XP from it. It's worth doing. It's also worth touching on the fact that the touch is awful. The game feels really slow. And I know when you're running in behind, sometimes the centre-backs just seem to come out of nowhere, like prime Kyle Walker, and take the ball off of you. That's just FIFA 23, and unless they patch it, which I don't know, they probably will a few times. They like to patch the game about 19 times before Christmas. That of recording this video is just something you have to deal with. I found the passing and first touches to be so bad that initially when I set up in my striker build or cam build, I put a lot of my skill points into like balance, first touch, all of those like dribbling traits, because as soon as I was getting the ball, it was like bouncing off me into the defender and it was doing my head in. Now don't get me wrong, when you're low level and you put those skill points in, it's not going to make that much of a difference, but it's going to help you a little bit more. And it's kind of down that same trail of thought as the time finishing, right? At least you're giving yourself the best chance to control the ball if you put your skill points in ball control. Like, simple, right? Aside from that, if you are using the lengthy build, cross the ball in. I hate it. I hate that I even have to say that, but it works really, really well. It's so hard to stop headers. I've conceded like 3 headers on pro clubs already from outside of the box. Don't ask me how, it's ridiculous. Of course, shooting wise, you want to do the Trivela shot, the outside of the foot, the charisma. You just hold L2 on PlayStation or left bumper on Xbox and shoot when the ball is slightly positioned as if it's on the outside of your foot. Simple. Skill moves, always useful. Try in the arena like I am now. Unfortunately, you can't get your pro in here, which is a bit irritating, but you could do it in skill games if you wanted to use him to just practice. I'm using Mbappe. The step overs, very simple, effective, easy to do. Run towards the goal and use the right stick to just go sort of from up to left and down and up and left and down. Yeah, what a tutorial. I mean, but if you don't know how to do a step over, I'm sorry, but yeah, this is not the video to show you that. Aside from that, we've got the ball roll scoop, still very useful. Just hit a ball roll and then a scoop turn straight afterwards. That always seems to be useful on clubs, and it's the same this year. None of the skill moves are that effective, like I've said, but you know, these are the ones that work, seemingly, in my experience, the best. The reverse elastico now is very, very good, but it's also changed. So if you're left-footed or right-footed, you've got to do it a different way to the other way you're running. Does that make sense? But yeah, that's obviously what it looks like. Sits the keeper down quite nicely. Down to the right if you are right-footed. And also the Magidi cancel or the Berber spin cancel. You just run in, throw in a Magidi as you would, and then literally just hit L2, R2, so you're not actually going to do the skill, and you end up stopping halfway. This normally throws defenders because it takes quite a long time to set up a Magidi spin. If you're imagining me running here and I throw in one of these and then just, well, I mean, look how long it took. If I throw in one of these and then just cut it back, so that's me just faking it, and it does leave a lot of defenders for dead if you time it right. Effective. And the last one is the new heel to heel. Everybody knows how to do a heel to heel, I'm imagining. Just up, down on the right stick. Do the same thing, but hold L1 as you do it, and it will look like this. It's kind of like a step over mixed with a ball roll, but yeah, it works nicely. You can see the space it opens up there to get the goal, even in the arena. It does work. If you can try and take it past the keeper, well, good for you. You know, good for you. Well done. Well done. Game filters are also a really important thing that I think a lot of people don't do, and I'm always baffled by it. So if you are somebody who hates any's, fine, you're entitled to hate an any. You don't have to want to play with one, you don't have to want to play against one. Just click R1, go to the settings tab in the lobby, and then you match any on or off, keeper on or off, best team size on or off as well, quite important, so you don't play against 11 when you've only got 3. Get those game filters right, match them up to your desires, whatever you want. It's always like annoys me when I see people complaining about any's in the chat, and I know comment sections, live streams, everything, whatever. You don't have to play. You can set it so you never play against one. So if you do want one and you don't want to play against someone who does, just set the filter. And then you never will. You just never run into them. The last point I'll touch on is play style. Really important to get this right, not to just be, you know, crossing it in but nobody's in the box, or over the top through balls but nobody's running in behind. Make sure you and your teammates have a little bit of chemistry. Easier said than done, trust me, I've been there. But try to actually get down a play style of this is how we're going to play, and if it's not working, half-time or whatever, switch it up. If you're crossing it in over and over and over again, they've got 6'5" centre-backs that are controlled, and it's not working because you've not got a big lengthy striker that will stop. Mix it up, you know. Look at what you're doing wrong, trying to set it, and this is just a little guide that should help you guys get better in the division system of pro clubs. Like I said, not flexing, just I know there'll be people watching this going, what do you even know? We won Division 1 unbeaten like 23 times in a row last FIFA, so I know how to win on divisions. It doesn't make me a god of pro clubs, it's an easy system once you work out how to do it, okay? I'm not flexing. If you got this far through the video, please do subscribe. Leave a like if you've enjoyed. I really want to get ourselves towards 250,000 subscribers, and like I said at the start of the video, show EA Sports how many people truly care about this game mode, as I have a really good feeling investment with crossplay and FIFA 24, which will obviously not be called FIFA 24, but EA Sports' next release will have even more of a focus on pro clubs and Volta and this merge, and hopefully we will continue to grow pro clubs as a community by just literally shouting, pushing and making noise about how much we love it, and they will have to listen. Check out all the best builds on the channel. Follow me on Instagram, link in the description, as I am doing a giveaway for FIFA 23 over there. Worth a follow, keep an eye out for my next post, and I tell you, if you've already got the game, I will refund you the money. That's what we did with the last winner over on Twitter. We already had the game, so we just sent him £70. He's chilling. He bought it for free, effectively. Instagram in the description. Guys, see you in the next video. Thanks for the support. I'm out.